Okay, my rant is about the most xenophobic movie I have ever seen come out of Hollywood. And I mean, I understand that these guys, they make some jingoistic, patriotic, let's call them patriotic and nationalistic, very John Wayne-ish kind of movies, you know, stuff like Independence Day and The Patriot. But the movie that really gets on my nerves is when they appropriated Godzilla. And it wasn't just because it's a sucky movie, although it is, but it was because of the propaganda they were trying to throw into it, okay? And the message of 1999's Godzilla starring Matthew Broderick is, if you're not from America, we don't want you in America. Let me explain, all right? We start with the story of this lizard, okay? Apparently, it's a gecko that was on some South Pacific island that was being irradiated with French nuclear tests. In other words, it was some native that was being manipulated by Western imperial technology, all right? And what happens? We have our giant lizard, all right, Godzilla, all right? And what happens? She grows and she wants to yearn free. She wants to be someplace where she's got room to roam and raise her kids. She's bigger than the island she was born on. So she leaves for the place where everybody goes when they want to go and follow their dreams. Now, you may say, okay, this is like, you're making up a lot of stuff here. What do we got? Well, first off, okay, we got this lizard going all the way down to the Panama Canal and then working its way up to New York City. There is no biological reason for it to do this. There is no zoological reason to do this. Why doesn't it go straight to California? Why doesn't it stay in Florida? Why doesn't it go in warmer climates? You know why? You know why it crosses the Panama Canal? Because the Panama Canal is a man-made gate controlling goods and services and traffics of souls from one side to the other, created by the United States of America, okay? And then where does he go? He goes to New York City, all right? New York City, because that represents America. Now let's bring up the second point, New York City. Whenever a movie is set in New York City, we see a lot of different sites, but most of all, we see the Statue of Liberty, whether it's Home Alone or Escape from New York, Planet of the Apes. You're going to see the Statue of Liberty if the movie's set in New York, except Godzilla. Now, why would they not want the Statue of Liberty there? I'll tell you why. Because the Statue of Liberty is there to welcome the immigrants, to help the poor, the humble, masses yearning to be free, but they don't want to welcome Godzilla. No, they don't. So what happens? Sneaks into New York in the middle of the night, and this New York City that they got, it's the whitest New York City we ever seen. I mean, there are no Pakistani hot dog vendors. There are no Jamaican cab drivers. Heck, there's not even any black people until an hour and a half in the movie when the Navy shows up, and it's a dude from Baltimore, all right? So, anyway, Godzilla's story. By the way, her name's Godzilla, and it's a girl. But of course, Americans come along, they mispronounce her name, they misunderstand her, they shoot at her, they won't leave her alone, and she has to go underground, find her own thing. She ends up in the garden, the Madison Square Garden, just to hide out and have her kids. And what happens? What do we do? Anytime we find some non-white people hanging out in little huts, we get out the fire jets and we blow them to hell. That's what we do. And that's exactly what happens in Godzilla. So, sum up, that movie is just like, what? Wait, I gotta go.
She said the racist movie ever.
Oh. What are you directing me for? This is my rant. This ain't your rant. You rant about whatever you want.
Sewing. Okay, that's it?
That is it.
Very nicely done.
Thank you. I know it could have been better, but that's what we got. We got to get out of here before the cops get called.
About 4.5 years.
Okay, that works. Testing, testes, 1, 2. Got testes. I got 1, 2 testes. Testes, 1, 2. Okay.